Welcome back to Rugby Nare. Na leo tunaangalia Kenya Cup Day 1. Manze, it was one eventful weekend. Tunde straight pale vo KCB manze. KCB hosted Nondis. Now these two were the Fladdies finalists. Na kwa hiyo final ilikuwa the first time tumeona teams zikienda extra time. Like it was unexpected. Tulidhani KCB was going to beat Nondis with the landslide, you know. But they gave us a proper final, manze. Nondis stepped up all the way, gave KCB a proper challenge. Wakapelekana hadi extra time. KCB won it in the extra time. And it wasn't an easy game. It was such an entertaining game. Had so much fun in that game. Now coming to this day one, we also expected that it was going to be a tough challenge for KCB. You know, especially being at home, it was going to be more added pressure to them. And you know, with the just concluded Fladdies final, yeah, it was all culminating to an intense day one. So at the start, we saw some symbolism of that final. Nondis were having a very good game and they actually scored fast. They got a penalty, they went for the 3 points and they scored. Then kidogo, they scored a try. Now they are 8 points ahead. They are leading by 8 points. You can imagine KCB at home. So some tension that had started building. Kidogo too, not too much. I mean, it's too early in the game. And so people were starting to think like, yo, is this a repeat of Fladdies final? But then KCB made a comeback. They scored a 7-pointer, a converted try. Now we are 7-8. Now the tension has settled. Now KCB got in their groove, extended their lead, and from there, they were the only team scoring in the whole game. And the way KCB organized their team and made the game look easy, like it wasn't that easy. It wasn't easy at all. They just had such great composure and gave Nondis a proper challenge. They were challenging them at every instance. In the breakdowns, wako pale. In the scrums, they were giving it their all. In the lineouts, all the set pieces, KCB were there up for the challenge. And I think Nondis, if they are going to make the comeback that we see, we can all see that Nondis have put a proper intention of making a proper comeback to those golden days. I think they need to get used to this level of performance, because it's not that walikuwa wabaya. They were great. They put on a proper game, you know. We can understand they are making a comeback, but yeah, they need to move faster and cement their place. But this is just day one and they played a very tough side. So I think moving forward watakuwa na a very good results. Because this one was at full time ilikuwa 45 to KCB, 8 to Nondis. So that shows you that they did actually put on a good game, but not enough. They made mistakes here and there which costed them a lot. Not winning the set pieces, that is an issue. Committing too many fouls, it will cost you the game. And if they meet another equally matched or a bigger challenge than them, you know, like the Nondis, the Oilers and the Cabrases, they might, you know, struggle and they might lose a lot of points. So I think that they need to be more critical, and we will see a great season from Nondies. Moving forward, we look at Queens hosting Catholic Monks. Catholic Monks survived relegation last season, and I was proud of them because it's not easy. Kenya Cup ni noma manze, and for them to be here for another season, congratulations to Monks. But now kwa hii game, Queens were at home, and Queens are another team that are showing intent of winning the cup this season. Last season they finished in the top 4, went to the knockout round, but they didn't make it through to the finals. But that was a great season for Queens last season, finishing in the top 4. So this season wameanza vizuri. They won by 48 points, Catholic Monks to 8. And in the rankings, they are ranked second only to the Kenya Cup defending champions, Kabras manze. I mean, Kabras hosting Kabras hosted Kisumu, and Kisumu have just been promoted to Kenya Cup, so they don't really know the lay of the land out here, how it is. And Kabras being the ones to welcome them to Kenya Cup, it was a tall order, maze. Too much to ask from Kisumu, but they didn't just lay down and get rolled over by Kabras. At least wali score points now. They scored 10 points. Kabras won 72 points, 10 to Kisumu, and we kind of expected that. Kabras have such a machine, manze. They are an engine room. They are like, they just concluded Elgon Cup. They had the majority of the players who represented Kenya in that team, and so it's expected that they're going to be very good this season. Starting off very well, they are on the lead in the rankings at the moment by point difference. We also saw Nakuru hosting Strathmore. Strathmore Leos beat Nakuru 27 to 24. So we see these university sides, they have come back. They have started well. As I told you in my montage for the Kenya Cup season. If you haven't seen that video, go up on Instagram. It's also in my YouTube Reels, TikTok as well. I told you the varsity sides had a very good pre-season. Now you see it right here. Strathmore walipiga Nakuru 27, Nakuru 24. KU hosted Mwamba at the Blood Bean, Palevo KU, and they have these new nice jerseys, and I mean, you can't wear a new jersey and lose, come on, especially at home. Day 1, game 1 of the season. Now they gave Mwamba a proper beating, 24-16. It's a good way for them to start off the season. I told you the varsity sides are up for the task, and those are two of the main ones. They got their wins on day 1. Then Oilers hosted Homeboys. Similar result. They won it 43-13. Homeboys, they are lost in the conversation, but scoring 13 points past Oilers is not an easy task, manze. Even though they lost 43-13, they showed the intent that they are up for the challenge. So it's gonna be an interesting, challenging season. We saw the day 1 best performers, Kabras being on top, 62 points difference. Kenya Harlequins in second, 40 point difference. KCB following 37. Oilers 30 points, and KU 8 points, Strathmore 3 points. They are the only ones who didn't get a bonus point. Hapo hivyo with 4 points. Nakuru getting a losing bonus, having 2 points, and the rest didn't get any points on the board. I think moving forward the standings will change dramatically, because day one some teams were given a bigger challenge than they can, that was too big to surmount. But moving forward, as the matchups switch and change, people play different teams and home and away and all the different levels of the league this season. As I told you, the league is back to the top 6 playoffs. It's too early to call who is going to make it to the knockout rounds. So there is a lot of challenge and back and forth to be seen this season, and with home advantage, home support, and all the logistics, it's gonna be a very intense season up ahead. So I can't tell you for sure who are going to make it to the knockout rounds. It's too early to predict. Thank you for tuning in. That's been day 1 of Kenya Cup. There is much more action up ahead. Stay tuned. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Sema Uhuru.